with ideas you might have in your mind, and then whatever ideas the producers and or the director bring, right? Start with a list, and then you go from there. And I think it's important that you remain open-minded and kind of let the material speak to you, right? The thing I love about casting is there's so many talented people, right? And then there are the ones who you might not have seen in a while, so the re-emerging talent, and then the ones that are the diamonds in the rough. And those are the ones, I mean, I love them all, right? But I just, continue to, I think, keep it fresh for me because I keep loving the process of discovery.
It's about authenticity, and it's about trust. And when you're coming into a 4th season, and hopefully 5th, you're looking to say, what are we going to do this season? And how can we show even more of this family? And because the storyline brought Pat back from the road and being a performer on the road in the season before, we had more time to explore the whole family this time and how her dynamic and as the matriarch of this family, what she was going to bring new this season. And just talking about how far can we go, it's always pretty far on this show. And I'm not just talking about the fun we have, I'm talking about the drama. We explored some really serious things in past seasons, and when we basically blew up the family at the end of this season, and it's just amazing how we're going to get them back and how Pat's going to be the person that brings them all together.
I think I really love telling stories, wanted to bring the specificity of my point of view to an audience. I think, I went to theater school, and sometimes we take ourselves really seriously and we think we're going to make art that's going to change the world, and we're going to make important art, and we're going to tell these stories. And then you grow up a little bit, and you go through losing a parent or watching the news, and then sometimes you go, I just want to make art that entertains people, that makes people feel good, that at the end of the day is life-affirming. And so that love for storytelling and wanting to do that for an audience, I think, is the key. The other thing is having as many fantastic people in other roles as possible, because you just can't be everywhere all at once, and you don't want to be. And so I've just been really blessed to have some really fantastic collaborators on the show.
The show is based off of my life, and I'm a comic, so when my co-creator started to dig and we made the first episode based off of my life, and I think it works because I have taken tragedy and turned it into comedy. And one thing that you would get when you come over to this past show, you would see some of the darkest things, and you're like, you're not supposed to laugh at that. Yes, you do. Because one thing that I teach even with my stand-up and in the Miss Pat show, when you can laugh about what you've been through, then you got control of it. When you cannot laugh, then that pain will control you. And as you come over to the Miss Pat show, you're going to see rape, you're going to see child molestation, you're going to see abortions, you're going to see affairs, you're going to see everything that a real family goes through, no matter what race you are. And sometimes BET be like, y'all can't do that. We be like, yes, we can. My BET is a 50-year-old lady out here that have an abortion, then I have to sit up there and say, all my friends be doing this. But it's okay. It's my body, it's my right. Look at everybody's butthole clapped up. It's my body, so why can't I tell the story? And that's that is one of the reasons why I love being at BET Plus and BET, because it is a network that allowed me to be black as hell. And that is hard to do.
Well, I didn't prepare for this any differently. I feel like, as she said, I'm a theater kid. I prepare for everything in exactly the same way. It always starts with the script. The script tells me everything. It's like this little, roadmap, and I'm just trying to find out where does it say, go left, go right, whatever. And hopefully I get where the writer wants me to go, or take a really fun detour along the way. But that's where we start. Paying attention to what the writer has to say about me, what I say to other people. people, what the other characters in the show say, blah, blah, blah. Then I get inspired and I go, fun things, like what's her hair gonna look like? What's she gonna wear? And then we have these amazing people that we get to work with who help you create all of that. I think for me, one of the things I thought about Kathy was she made me think of Peg Bundy. When I was growing up, I loved the fierce sort of like, you know, tell it like it is, and also don't give up. Sorry, we are not. We're here. I can't say don't give up. This is not the Miss Pat Show. This is not the Miss Pat Show. That was, we heard it here. We have an invite to Cynthia K. McWilliams to be on the Miss Pat Show. The decision makers are in the room. Thank you. Thank you. I love the idea that it was like Peg Bundy meets Mary J. Blige. That was my inspiration for Kathy. And so then I just started playing with that. So it's the script and then some inspiration, and then I get on the set and have fun and let the director and my brilliant co-stars tell me more about myself than I thought I knew.
And I wanted to see that. It's like, what does Columbo know that my grandmother didn't know, you know? And I watched a lot of those shows with my granny, and I wanted to see a Black woman at the heart of it. And then growing up in Detroit, there was a story that really stuck with me of a little boy who went missing in the 90s, early mid-90s. And I just remember paying attention to those news stories and the old folks talking about, oh my goodness, his mother must have had something to do with it, and what's going on, and so that stuck with me. And just before pandemic, a little boy walked into a Detroit police station, and he said, I'm this boy who went missing in the 90s. I'm him. And I was just riveted by the story. I was checking the news, the Detroit news, refreshing the page, trying to get more information. And I guess I imagined that he had been through some really harrowing thing, you know, that he had been held under a crack house or something like so deeply intense and awful. And then come to find out that they took his DNA, and this boy was in fact completely crazy. And I thought, ooh, the writer in me was like, that's fantastic. You're so crazy. Like, and then the optimist in me was like, but what if he did disappear and then come back? What would have happened to him? Where would he have been? What would he have been through? And so that's sort of the origin for how the first case for the first season came to be, and wanting to solve that in a way that felt better than what probably actually happened to that little boy. And also, like Pat said so elegantly, and I concur so much, the Black experience is something of a dark comedy. Like, you can't laugh at it. You're not going to make it. But I do want to shed light on the fact that there are so many Black children that go missing, and nobody sometimes gets to the end of that story. And so this woman was really dedicated to doing that, and I thought that was not only beautiful, but could be a lot of fun.
Right? We have our ideas and we put them all together. And again, it's always really key when the director, producer, remain open-minded, which they definitely do, right? Because you can be surprised by someone that you might not have seen or thought could be right for the role or what you were expecting, right? So I always love that. But it's a process. I tell folks, you know, it's a mulberry bush, you have to go around it. So oftentimes you might see the person that gets the role on day one, but you go around the mulberry bush and you come back to it, right? And if it's for them, then they get the part. But you have to, I think, be patient. And it's always fun working with a director and or producer who love casting as much as you do, and or I do, and really understand what it is. And I love actors. I really do. I really love actors. I love meeting actors and reading actors, and then just helping them find, or you all, I'm sure that many of you here, you know, get to that goal. You know, and then the gift for me is being able to say you got the part.
Okay, with Tony Cooper. You know, we'll have the season planned out. I mean, we have episodes that we can't even get to. To be honest, we probably got 10 episodes left on the season one. And we, and we just started playing before the network even tell us that we picked up. So I always say, because if y'all don't know, I'm not theater, I'm an ex-drug dealer that's blessed to have a TV show. Don't let me scare you, I'll change my life. So I use my street knowledge where it says, stay ready so you don't have to get ready. So I'm not picked up for 5th season, but Scott is here and we're ready. And that's how we do it. I mean, every time we're in, and before that one even in, we're planning for the next one until they say we're done with you guys.
Technically, because this is a professional town, I can shoot funny people in a 2-shot, and they just shine. And I'm cutting a little bit more on other shows. So it's a different approach, but I love both jobs.
Of course, but Robbie called as well. And like she said, it's just a really exciting moment when I get the call from Robbie that says you got the job. There have been many times when I read for you and didn't get the job. All of them were still fantastic because I'm just gonna love on her for 4 seconds. Because every time it was an opportunity where I got to keep looking at you, and the fact that I knew you kept calling me in and you kept believing in me. When I met you, I was living over by USC. I don't know if y'all know where the city is. It's not a nice neighborhood, y'all. The USC campus is lovely, but I lived in what they call a junior. It's not even a studio. It's a room with an oven in it. And the guy who was my apartment, what do you call that, building manager? Super, sure, he was not super. He had super dreads, but he had an ankle bracelet because he was on home house arrest. I could always find him. He was always, thank you, that's so it was a real rough time, y'all. I mean, you kept calling me in. You really believed in me. I remember I was reading like the game back then or something. I didn't get it. That's all right. Whoever was supposed to got it, got it. It was that other light-skinned girl. Y'all know who she is. She was very well tonight. I'm sorry. This is such a tangent. But my point is she seen me go through so much and grow as an artist, and I really cannot express to you the way that we co-journey, and we don't always know the way we're inspiring one another. I mean, from behind the camera, seeing women take over as directors. I've seen so many more women when I come on sets now, in writers' rooms, behind the camera. I've seen so many more Black women leading shows. I've seen this woman say, I have an idea, I'm going to write, produce, star. It's insane. I knew a friend who knew her, and I just heard about her and said, goodness gracious, what is she doing? She's doing the damn thing. And it literally, that made me go, I think I can. Watching Robbie do what she did made me go, I think I can. In every way and every one of the times that you told me, I think you can too, by letting me in the room was really special. Anyway, so when she called me for this job, also what you said is being open-minded. Honey, we all know, nobody thought that I could do Kathy. I've always played kind of buttoned up characters, lawyers, doctors, I don't know, people who got their shit together. That is not true about me at all. And so when I went in, when I read the script, even though there was sort of an idea that like that wouldn't be what would be for me, I literally said, I have to read for Kathy. Y'all gotta see me for Kathy. And I heard there was some, maybe not like that maybe we didn't think that was gonna be good, but I know you. Yes. Yes, she knew it.
That's why it's important to keep open minds.
That's right. And she gave me the opportunity. Honestly, I don't know if you wouldn't have fought for me and said she could do this. Anyway, I went in, I did it, and I think right after we died, Dion actually, he was, I don't know if he's here or not, but Dion had said, he was like, I've been hearing that you was out here doing something. I got to get on this call. So he got on the call and read opposite of me, and we had a really good time. But I think immediately we all knew it was going to work. And very seldom as an actor do you feel that way. You know, look, man, even if you break, there's still somebody else who's amazing too. This town is full of ridiculously talented people. But in that moment, I definitely knew, just because we started, you know, kind of right away going at it. Anywho, so I got the call from her. That was amazing. I told you I wasn't going to remember the second question. The most surprising thing, y'all, I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna just be honest, okay? I'm gonna be real honest. We're gonna get the business out. It's gonna be out there anyway. Season 1, I don't know if you guys know, but Malcolm Barrett played my husband. So the most surprising thing was Malcolm Barrett and I were actually in a relationship, like real life, y'all, like real life. We got this show together. So the most surprising thing was that I called them. I'm sorry about to call him that. You know what I'm saying? Also, the friend that I said knew her was actually Malcolm. So anyway, I was not surprised. So Malcolm, what was crazy okay, y'all. So he had just got on a plane that morning to go to New York. And I, said goodbye, kissed him goodbye, and he got on the plane, kissed New York, and I called him, and I was like, baby, I think I'm gonna get this role. But also, they about to call and have me reading with the other, what's his name on the show that day? Thank you, Leon. I just, got from my brother. So I think they're about to read all the other Leons, so I just want to give you a heads up, I'm not gonna be as good with them as I am with you. And I said, I'm still gonna be good, but not as good. Anyway, so the most surprising thing about getting that call was that Malcolm got the call the same day, and we celebrated together at lunch and everything. Okay, y'all, we're not together no more. All right. I still love him very, very, very much. We are very, very dear friends, and I'm very excited to be working with him again on season 2.